You said the Conservative Party is a sick institution at the moment. What do you think? Would she despair, do you think, if she were around now?
I think she'd be furious, just as I think grassroots members are furious. I left the Conservative Party briefly when David Cameron came back with his deal from Brussels, when he said he'd renegotiated our relationship with Britain in a fundamental ways. And for me, it was only a cosmetic. I know you agree with that. And then when Theresa May became leader and said Brexit means Brexit and all those, and said she was going to implement the referendum result, I rejoined. I'm still not to this day sure which is the worst decision, leaving or rejoining. But it was the most important vote of British post-war history, in my view, the decision to leave the European Union. And the fact that the Conservative Party has messed it up. Theresa May definitely is an awful Prime Minister, but the Cabinet sat round that table, acquiescing in most of the bad decisions that she made, and there was a contest for how many bad decisions she made. She appointed a Chancellor who is a do-nothing Chancellor at a time when lots of people voted to leave the European Union, but also a fundamental reset of public policy. The Conservative Party has done very little. She promised to tackle the injustice of her time when she stood on the steps of Downing Street on her first day in the office. She hasn't done anything like, really begun to do it. And Mrs. Thatcher was not, I think, the politician that some people remember. She left the NHS untouched, she left much of the welfare state untouched. She was quite pragmatic. But the things that she said she would do, like tame the unions, like control inflation, like station nuclear weapons in Britain so that we would deter the Soviet Union, she did. You know, nobody really thought Mrs. Thatcher spun and deviated. They knew she was a conviction politician. And I think she'd be appalled, really, that the Conservative Party has been so weak in delivery over the last 3 years.